Hey guys, it's Iskamar here, and what we're looking at right now is a big potential update for Lost Ark. And I say potential because this was posted on a blog, this isn't official, so I don't know how great the information is. It looks like a lot of things in this were featured in the trailer, but apparently, according to this blog, open beta is ending on December 5th and going into full release. Now, I don't know how good that information is. A lot of the things that are featured are things that are supposed to come, but I'm not sure how it's going to work out, when this is all going to come, if it's going to all be released at once or over time. I'm not sure, but there is a shit ton of content in the pipeline. So I just wanted to go through that a little bit. So take this with a grain of salt. Most of this is legit actual content coming into the game. Now, what I would be suspect about and worry about is whether, like, what the actual timing is and what this means. So this part, this is probably the part I'm most confused about. I don't know exactly what this is. It just looks like a seasonal episodic update for like the story and stuff. So not really sure about that slide. This one's saying that they're apparently updating the graphics, which is pretty crazy because the game already looks beautiful. This slide is about the housing system that's coming into the game. So basically, you're going to be able to have your own islands, and you'll be able to build with, I guess, other players, maybe your friends, guild members, whatever. You can build houses and little communities and stuff on your own island. So that's pretty cool. Simiel War. This is basically going to be a big battlefield for PvP that's going to be added. Right now, there's not really any big group PvP content, so that would be the first piece of that. Later on, there's supposed to be Siege PvP as well, so that'll be interesting. Here's the Epic Raid. Right now in the game, there's only 4-man raids, and that's the Guardian Monster Hunter style raid. And this Epic Raid is actually going to be a 10-man, according to the trailer. So that'll be very interesting, especially with what style of gameplay they go for, because the dungeon style of gameplay is a little more traditional, mechanic based. There's a lot of different telegraphs and different things to dodge, whereas the Guardian raids so far have been more Monster Hunter style. It's more about just that particular boss has his little tells and animations that you have to dodge. A lot of it's pretty readable, but it's extremely punishing if you fail to execute. So it'd be really interesting to see how 10-mans work out, especially with like the different composition mixes and stuff, and what sort of mechanics and gameplay style they go for. Now, this is actually, I really am interested in how the arcade style dungeon is going to play out. So they're supposed to be adding some sort of hardcore mode that's more in vein like roguelike games. I don't really know exactly what the rewards are going to be. Right here is some sort of crystal currency, and this is the gold. This is the player trading currency. It's also the currency you use to buy more decks and other things. I think like bank slots and stuff like that. But it looks like it's going to be a old school arcade style roguelike, and you're going to have limited lives. So, and then here's the big one, and not sure exactly what it's going to be because of translation. Also, if they're saying that we're getting 2 subclasses or not, I don't know. But this update is the big class update, and the class update is, and for according to older information that was data mined a long time ago, there's supposed to be 2 more classes, base classes added into the game. There's supposed to be the assassin and then the specialist. The assassin's supposed to have the Shaman King, Pirate, and the Shadow. And then the Specialist is supposed to have the Musician, Astrologer, and Alchemist. And right here it's saying there's a update to classes. You're going to have the Exorcist, a Pirate, a Double Sword, and an Assassin. So that's kind of confusing. It may just mean that we're going to see the Assassin update. Like, we're going to see the Assassin class, sub-base class added, and then you're going to have the Double Sword, which is probably, like, the Shadow was rumored to be dual wield, and then you have the Pirate, and then the Exorcist is probably just, like, a rough translation for what the Shaman King would end up being. And they're going to be doing more So I'm really hyped for that. I really want to see what they do with the additional classes. All the current classes are really distinct and unique. I'm really hyped for the specialist class, so I can't wait to see that come out. But I will definitely welcome the assassin class, especially interested to see how Shaman King or Exorcist ends up playing. And then more island updates, so I guess more stories and things to unlock with the islands. But if this is already coming out, like, even if this is delivered in pieces, it's already crazy. The game already has a ridiculous amount of content, and for them to be pushing this stuff out so fast would be insane. I don't know, December 5th seems kind of suspect to me because the game has a crap ton of content. It just went into open beta. That would be really fast. But then again, who knows? Maybe they're just smelling the air, they're just sniffing, and they can just smell the weakness of Blizzard and Diablo Immortal, and they think it's just the perfect time to strike. They just need to start pushing it into overdrive and getting ready to gear up for this Western release. So maybe they are going to start hammering stuff out quick. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see some betas in the West in mid 2019. Like that's probably the best timeline I can hope for. But it's crazy, but it's crazy to think about the amount of content this game already has in it and what's in the pipeline. And if this is all launching December 5th or even over the course of December, hell, even if it's going into official release December 5th, that's really fast. Like that was a very fast open beta cycle, especially with how long it seemed it was between all the different closed beta tests for the game. But anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know how legit all the information is, especially as far as the time goes. We do know that this is content planned for the game. But anyways, guys, if you want to see more Lost Ark content, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.